Hey YouTube, Mochismo Eugene, another video from Exit Strategy. Let's talk about a show or a skit on YouTube or TikTok. Not sure which one. It's called Gold Diggers. I encourage you guys to just check many episodes of this out if you don't readily grasp all the narcissist all that the narcissist is. I encourage you to watch this. I believe some of it is it is narrated, but I can tell you one thing that's undeniable. They should get Emmys, some of these girls that are lured into this situation of sorts. Guy walks up, asks her how she's doing. He basically just talks to her, tells her she looks nice. And in many cases, these guys pushing up on these girls in a very aggressive way. And I think that's on purpose too. Because in pushing up on them in an aggressive way, they immediately denounce them as being a potential person they want to deal with. Because a woman wants to be chased, not aggressed, in many cases. And if she ain't no damn good, if you come up to her flat-footed, honest, authentic, she will find a million ways to string you along. So what they inevitably do, say, okay, have a nice day. And they part ways and they go to get into their car of choice, which is most often an exotic car, Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, Corvette, you name it. And immediately these women turn around and their whole conversation it changes. And this is a skit. Most often it is man pranking the woman. They're trying to weed out gold digging women who are just out for money, possessions, things. It's rarely about intimacy. It's rarely about even just having a one night stand. They are all about the bag. And this is the world we're living in, because I'm going to tell you why. This is how our young teenage girls and even younger, this is how they're measuring their worth. They're measuring normalcy. They measure this as normal. And if there's no one there to tell them that this is not what's gonna, this is not sustainable for you as a human being. You're gonna have to sacrifice your self-respect, your dignity, and everything if you're chasing the bag. And the bag, in the respects to what I'm talking about, is in the street. To chase a bag or to pursue a bag, to pursue wealth, nothing's wrong with that. In perspective, you can chase wealth and money too much to the point where your priorities are focused and you become transfixed on just money. Because money is not going to really make you happy. You have to approach wealth, sustainability, whatever you're pursuing money for the fact that you're able to do the things you want to do without being strained and stressed. This is why we should obtain wealth and an abundance, and so we can thereby be able to give other people too. That's my opinion. But this show, Gold Diggers, guys, if you don't readily connect with some of the videos that we're talking to you here about all the things narcissist, go there, watch these videos. And you women too, not just the men, go there, women, watch this Gold Diggers. Teach your little daughters, teach your young teenage daughters, teach your young 20-year-old daughters that the guys that they are pursuing with the cars, the money, the jewelry, this is not where the rubber meets the road. They're going to have to sacrifice something. A big part of their integrity is going to have to be sacrificed in order to pursue these individuals in the manner that they're pursuing them, like these skits are talking about. I watch them all the time. It's really funny to me because when you're awakened from the narcissist, I see so much in how the narcissists move. I see so much of these gold digger women as to how they lure me into their situationship, how they gas you up and, oh, I like you, I like you. But minus the exotic car, this is exactly how they massage you with the compliments, the overwhelming amount of compliments. And we dumb it down to, oh, okay, they're so courteous. And they'll say thank you a million times when you first meet them. Once they get you in, once they get in with you, you'll rarely hear them say thank you because the entitlement kicks in then. It's never equal exchange, whether it's a male narcissist or a female. I deal not exclusively with the woman narcissist. I have, however, talked about the male narcissist, and I will again, and I will continue to here and there. But I really want men to know that women lead with their body. They're more persuasive than the male narcissist can be in many cases because they can lead with their body. Narcissist men, they can too. They hit the gym because this place is littered with them too. The gyms, anywhere there's a big crowd, even in sports, there are a lot of narcissists in sport. Anywhere there is attention, adoration, adulation, just put it that way. So we go to these outings, these picnics, these concerts, and different things like that. Just be aware, when that chaos begins, that chaos didn't just start. That chaos was already there. You just showed up and discovered it because these people go to a party with the express intent of disturbing the peace. They'll dress up and go to Walmart just to start a fight with the cashier about a 5-cent item. They'll dress up to go to church just to look across and give the woman across the aisle the side eye that may be vibrating very high, that has the attention of a lot of people. They'll dress up and come to the family reunion just to disturb the the festivities. They'll come to the child's birthday party just to start an argument to take the focus off of that child. Go watch Gold Diggers, guys. It's going to be very entertaining, engaging, and educational because the awareness that you might not get from just listening to me rattle on or any of us other content creators, because it's not that we're not telling you in the best way that we can. It's just that we sometimes don't readily connect with some of the intricacies of how a narcissist moves and what they do at any given time. But the more you awaken, the more you work on you, the inner you, and you elevating in a spiritual way, you'll begin to see things before they happen. You'll begin to see through walls. You'll begin to see through a person. You'll begin to see even a total stranger in the street passing you by. You will be able to read them. I attribute it to like the movie. I'll compare it to the movie Terminator when he's walking through the city. In his head you have these numbers and stuff, and he's scanning every individual that he's walking by. And he determines who's an enemy and who's a friendly. That's the ability and that's the gift that God will afford you. You'll be able to see your enemies before they realize you see them. You empaths and chosen ones who think you don't have any enemies because you haven't discovered any enemies, I'm here to tell you, you have enemies simply because you woke up. You are aware now. You can't be unaware. You can will yourself back to sleep. You can be very dismissive of what you see in front of you, what you perceive around you, what your intuition is telling you. Yeah, you can talk yourself out of what you're really looking at and what you're really seeing or sensing. We've done that before. I'd encourage you guys not to do that anymore. Don't argue with your intuition, because your intuition doesn't lie to you. And let's say you are, for the sake of conversation, your intuition doesn't pan out in a specific situation. It doesn't end up being what you perceived it to be then. I'm here to tell you, only reason why it didn't work out and pan out the way that you had perceived it is because that is the hand of God. Your awareness, first of all, He allowed you to see that. He allowed you to avoid that. So even in you dismissing something in your intuition, God, sometimes in His sovereignty, He will remove that threat from around you. Because we as little sheep, naive, gullible, arrogant, egotistical, prideful, we won't accept what our spirit is telling us. And we go ahead. We go ahead and push forward towards that thing that, everything within us is telling us, fall back, move around. And it's many times that situation works out for your benefit. But that's not always a guarantee. Abide and embrace your intuition. Because your intuition is something that God has given every human being. But as a narcissist has deserted their true self, they don't have an intuition. They can only read what's right in front of them. They cannot understand the deeper things of what an empath, chosen ones, and awakened individuals sense and see. They can only measure what you're going through, what you're feeling by your feedback. We, on the other hand, they don't have to say a word. We know based on how they move. We understand based on how their presence is in our presence. Light and darkness has no fellowship. Now, they can read and sense awakened empaths in many cases. They just don't understand what it is. And so they'll dodge. But the funny thing is, they'll dodge you, but they'll come right back. Getting a call, I'm gonna disregard that. They'll dismiss or move around once they sense your energy is vibrating high, because it scares the living hell out of them. But at the same time, they're attracted to it. They'll lurk around and find a vantage point at a later date. And in many cases, they may just go on their way because you're just too strong. You're too strong to deal with. I'll give you a case in point before I close. I know without a doubt that some of you guys have experienced what I'm about to share with you. Give a girl your number. She seems eager to consummate some kind of friendship or whatnot. I may have talked about this before. And everything within you senses that this is something that, we're going to connect. They may or may not call you. They normally, sometimes if they call you once or text you, they'll text you. This is most often what they do. They'll text you, hey, blah, blah, blah. My name is this, that, and the other, just so you know. And you begin a little lighthearted conversation. Thank you, blah, blah. Let's get together. Let's pick a place. Let's meet up, have some lunch, dinner, whatever, which is a normal thing you do. And in many cases. And so they will pretend or portray like they're going to follow through with something such as meeting you for dinner or lunch. It never happens. They never call you. You hear crickets. I'm here to tell you that's by design. This is supposed to make you pursue them. This is supposed to make you start wondering what happened. Why did that situation go cold? It's not on purpose. It's not by just happenstance. It is methodical. It is premeditated. It is orchestrated because this is what happens. They can put you on ice for a later date. Your energy is too strong. They've reconsidered it based on that. They've did all the intel. They've gotten all the intel based on that first interaction. They see that you're not going to be a good pick or a good, you're not going to be a good candidate to be destroyed. Your confidence, your self-awareness, something within you they see that is too strong, so they don't want no part of it. So they pull the plug and abort mission. Thank God for that. Because you, if you're like me, in times past, before I was aware of what narcissism was, I would have continued to, at some point, I would have been laxed because I'm a busy guy, as I've always been busy. Keep going, keep moving, keep going, and that's been a blessing because when these people come in your life and try to destroy you, you kind of slow your pace, but you don't miss many beats. You're readily able to get back on your 1, 2, 3. And you're actually able to resume and prioritize your life and get stuff done. And so these are the factors that play out when and if you've gotten or connected with a female and they don't, because everything about you is, I won't say on point, but everything, you check all the boxes, you look the part, you're attractive, you're a decent person, your conversation is good. You know this based on the feedback they're giving you or the perceived conversation they're giving you. They're interested, undeniable. Now, you ask yourself, why would somebody exchange a number with you, text you, and then all of a sudden don't text you anymore? This has happened many times with me in my life in the past. And I wanted to point that out to you guys because if in fact you have been experiencing that, you may not even want to talk about it because you probably figure like it's not pertinent. I don't want anybody to know all this stuff, but I'm here to tell you, it is those subtle things such as I just pointed out that us men, and maybe even you women have experienced it. Comment if you have. There's no logical reason why this should be a situation. But if it happens consistently and continually over a period of time as a pattern, it is undeniably so that your energy is just too much to deal with. That is a good indication that you are a chosen one by God. You're chosen of God because these are the things that don't resonate with these people's vibration. Their vibration is so low and so disgusting, so deceptive and manipulative. So they know not only that this relationship is not going to go anywhere, they know that they very much could be in jeopardy of losing big time. And a narcissist is not in it to lose. They're in it to win it. And what are they in it to win it? They don't even know. They don't even know what they're in it to win. But they do know this, they're here to destroy you. And in their mind, they think that's a win. So you're the exception to what they expected to happen, which was to destroy you. And now they're confused. What happened? I thought I did everything right. I did all the steps. So watch YouTube Gold Diggers, and it's very engaging and very interesting, the skits that these guys put on. And these are just robots. They are carbon copies of the same. And mind you, some of the guys that are doing the skits, I mean, we can say that they're narcissists too. They're this. So this is for empaths and chosen one. See yourself as that person walking up to that woman, engaging with her on a level playing field. Just put yourself in that position. Don't overthink the guys being narcissists or any of that. This is expressly for chosen one and empaths, be it man or woman. Because as a woman, you probably have experienced this stuff too. I just can't relate to a lot of what women have experienced. I talk to a lot of women who share their stories. So I do I do empathize and connect with it to that degree, but I can't really just imagine how a lot of these guys come up. I do know the hobo narcissist can come into your life, and that's a word. These are the guys that you women tend to get involved with. And actually, I'll just make a whole nother video about that because that's going to be next. Yeah, I'll talk about the hobo narcissist because I don't think all you women here know all that a hobo narcissist looks like. It's not just the bum on the street. It's not just the guy that is disheveled, living on a bridge. I'll get into that next video. That being said, bless.